Hello everybody, this is Sonia and I'm ready now when we're going to get started on our Stitch a Week project, okay? Now I didn't know what to do to start with, but I know now what I'm going to do. It's going to be just like anything else I do, okay? The first stitch is not going to be the one in the book because it's not going to help with what we want to do to start with. So we're going to start with back stitch, okay? Now everybody's done this, but the reason for this is because we're going to make our piece that we're going to work on. Now you can make yours as big or as small as you like, but I'm putting together some pieces of fabric to, well, I don't know if I'll use that one. I want pieces of fabric that I'm going to make a panel out of, or a bag. You can make whatever you want out of yours, all right? Now I'm putting different colours together because you know that I like to do patchy stuff. So, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy doing this too. So I'm going to just get some pieces ready. I'm going to make this, oh dear, that's not good. I'm going to make this a sort of, in a style of patchwork, but just our style, okay? We're just going to do it the way we want it to be, righto? So we've got two of that colour there, and I like those ones. They're not too badly cut, it's okay, nobody panic, we'll get there. I'm going to have two of these pieces. Now these are long bits, but that's alright, and they're creamy colour this is off a sheet or something, so it's recycled. This one here is also recycled, so I've got to be careful. I don't want to use anything that's not too clean, because that's not good, that bit, but we'll find a bit that's alright, okay? So we'll have two of these pieces as well. Whether we're going to need this much or not, I don't know. I'd say we pretty much will, because there's a lot to do, okay? Not a fan of that being a bit wrinkly, but we'll get to that. This one here is not so wrinkly. We could probably use that, but we'll wait a minute and see. And then we've got this one here, a nice pink one. I thought I'd just stick with these three colours to start with, because there'll be a lot of adding to as we go along, okay? A lot of colours and bits added to it. I wanted to do something that everybody else could follow me with. If you can't do this with all different pieces, just put it on one piece, okay? Just put it on one piece of fabric, whatever we're learning, just one piece will do. And then I have this one here. It's only a very small bit, but I love the colour, and it's something I've torn off something, so I'm going to have to try and see if I can incorporate this into it as well. I just want to do that, you know. And just two of these, not yet. Cut it in half. Okay. Try and do it as tidy as you possibly can there. Okay. Right, now, so that's my cat trying to open the door or something. Anyway, sorry about that noise. I've got two of those, 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 2, 4, 6. So I've got 10 pieces. I've got 10 pieces. We're going to do 50 stitches, and I think we should be able to fit it onto that, okay? All right. Now, like I said, the reason for this is because this is what I like to do. We're just going to go about it a little bit different to what we're just going to go about it and have some fun. I hope we have some fun, people. I really do. Now, we need this one here. I'm Sonia and I'm in Australia, and I'm starting this new Stitch a Week. Stitch a Week, I was going to do Stitch a Day for a minute there. I nearly said Stitch a Day, didn't I? How many more bits have we got? That bit there, and a couple of these pieces, right? Okay, so we can eliminate a bit. We'll have to see about that. But you know what? It's because it's two of those too close together. Maybe those too close together. I don't know. We're just going to see if this is going to work. I hope you got all that in the shot. I don't think you have. I might have to take this camera up a bit higher. Okay. Righto. So now, so what we're going to do is we're just going to start putting them together, right? Where there's no reason or difference or anything particular that you need to do. Only the back stitch, right? We're just going to back stitch this together, and we're going to be able to see it. So on these things we can use a stranded thread, or we can use a pearl cotton, which you buy on the reels. Pearl, it's actually an embroidery thread. Maybe I'll have a reel here somewhere to show you. This is a big reel, but you can get all different sizes, of course. And you get a lot smaller sizes. Just in this dish here at the moment, I just have a couple of bits, not my book down. Just have a couple of bits, so there's a bit left on it, but not much, but only because I've been using it. And then there's these bigger ones you can buy, and that's what we're using. Mostly today we'll be using the pearl thread, okay? So I'm going to put these onto here. Maybe we'll do these first, this side first, eh? The side bits first. So we're going to pretend that we know what we're doing here, okay? And we're going to put these along here. Now, do I want it to be straight? I don't know. Do I? Do I need it to be straight? This bit here I'm not a big fan of because it's wrinkly, and I don't want it. I don't think I need to get the things out to. I want it. Do I? Let's use a piece of calico. This is a nice piece of calico. We're going to use this instead because this one's too old, too wrinkly for me. It's too wrinkly. Okay. I'll teach you what not to do as well as we go. You'll decide them things anyway yourself. They don't seem right. I'll try and cut this straight if I can. So we're going to put this one onto here, okay? Now, if you want to make something that's going to be useful, like a bag or something, well, we need to have it nice and neat there if we can. So we're going to put that onto there, and this piece down here, which is not cut straight either. So we'll have a go at cutting this one straight. If you want to pull a thread up in you like that, it's accidentally. This is nice, this piece of fabric, but I'm not a big fan today because it's getting all over the place. I just had a bit of trouble with it a while ago. So when I put that there, put it down a bit, okay, and this piece will go here, all right? Now we might do this section, well, we're going to do as much as we can, okay? So I've got a half hour because I've been chatting along, and so we're going to use a fairly good sized needle. This one is probably a straw needle, and it's got a good sized hole in it, and we're going to get a bit of thread, the colour that we think we'd like on here, and put it on. I will come back to that other. Where did I sit them? I was taking the thread out of there and putting it away. Aren't I a good girl? Now I can't find it. Righto. We need something nice, don't we? We're going to get something really jazzy going here. I've got a yellow one. It's not too thick. It's not too bad. I want you to be able to see what we're doing, so I'm going to put something up here that you can actually see what I'm doing. This might be a bit thick for this needle. I'll throw that through there. I think I've got another one here somewhere. Where is it? I don't know. Here's a thinner one. The rest of it must be there somewhere because I just... Oh my good, I tidied up the table, now I can't see where I put everything. That happens, doesn't it? When you tidy up something you can't see where it went to. Now this is easy, this stitch, very easy. Okay. Now I might put a pin in this because the fan's going to blow it all over the place. We're going to do a back stitch. How far have I taken that over? That's not too bad. But you need to have it over far enough, so we're going to come up at the back of the work here. You can do a sampler if you like, but I thought there'd be enough samplers out there. You can do your... I'd like to make a piece of work while I'm at it. I really do. So anyway, we need to go to do a back stitch. I'm upside down. I'm not. I'm going back to the front. you go down in, you make your stitch as long as you can, if you can. If you can, as even as you can, okay, righto, that was the word we were looking for. And you just stitch along here, okay. Now later on these are going to be able to be used as something as well. These stitches, you're going to be able to use them as something as well. You do not have to use the same colour all over the piece, like this yellow, you don't have to. So you're going to go back in there, and you're going to come out here, right, so that's back stitch. Really simple to do. Try and keep it nice and level. If you want to draw yourself a line to stitch along, well that's good, you can do that too. You're hooked up there. And stitch number 8, the first stitch is called Antwerp stitch, and it is dealing with, I haven't pulled that up tight enough, and it is dealing with putting, it's an edging stitch, so we'll come across that one when we get back to that. Okay, we'll come across that later. Just keep looking at as you go. Check out your distances. Might have been too long, that one, I don't know. See what it looks like. Not bad. Go back in there and pull that through there. Try and get right back close here to this thread so you don't have any gaps, okay? You just got one straight line going across. No, I didn't. It's not bad. It's not bad that you can see it. I don't know. Might just take that little one out. Might be a little bit too wrong. Just back there. Come unthreaded, I did. This one here is a tiny bit loose on the front here. I'm going to just pull that through a bit on the back. What I've done there, I've made it a little bit loose here. Hello. Been watching some book reviews because I wanted to buy myself some books. And when you look, it's good to see the inside of them, because sometimes you think, oh gee, that's not what I'm after. It's not what I'm looking for. I suppose I have got enough. I don't need it anymore, I guess. But then again, it's nice to have something different if you haven't got anything for a long time. And I haven't sort of got any books for ages. So we don't have a bookstore, and the newsagents don't sell books. Not anymore. They used to. Used to love going to newsagents. But they don't sell anything like that anymore. She's got toys and not furniture. I was going to say furniture. Won't be long, I suppose, because she's got everything else. Now this is going to be too short. So what we do is, so while you're on here, you'll learn some tricks too about this. As you go through with your needle, then you thread the needle. Okay. If there's anything I can think of, I'll show you about it, okay? I'm sure a lot of you have done all this before, but you can always do it again for fun, okay? You can always join in the fun. Righto, so that's going to go through there. And when it gets through there, I can't take it any further than that because I can't get my needle through. So this is where I get my tweezers to end it off with them. By getting this back through here and making a knot. If I don't keep getting it caught up on everything, I'll be right. Come on. Gotcha. Right. Get this back through here. So today's Monday, which is a public holiday because yesterday was New Year's Day, which was a Sunday, so we have a public holiday today. In Australia, that is. The weather's going to be hot again today, and that's okay. I'm good with that. I'm not going to complain. I will not be complaining about the heat. No, sirree. I will not. Okay, so there's our first stitch, and we've sewn that together. Now we're going to do it again on this piece up here, which is a bit straight, I hope. And till we get, well, we'll have the hang of it, won't we, after a little while? We'll have the hang of it. I might be able to do 2 stitches at a time. I don't know yet. I probably can. I'll find out what I did with that cotton. Because, oh, hang on a minute. It was a good idea to get it out of the box. That'll be a good idea, Sonya. That's probably where I put it. Oh, dear. Anyway, I'm going to have a mouthful of my coffee. And that wasn't much, so I'll have a drink of water now because we didn't have much coffee left. And it was cold. I only have 2 cups of coffee a day. Because that's it, you know, that's what I'm going to do a blue one now. Now onto these we're going to be adding a lot of different things. Well, when I say different things, we'll probably be going to use some felt to put stuff on, I'd say, and some pictures on fabric. Do some stamping maybe. When I say pictures on fabric, I mean things that we've cut out of material, like shapes of flowers and so forth, okay? So we want to be using something like that to add stuff on here because it has the stitches call for putting things on as well, you know, because you can do interesting bits. Let me see. I don't know if I've got an interesting bit here to show you at this moment. I did have earlier because I thought, well, that's going to be good too. We'll use that. I was tidying up again. As I say, it doesn't work for me very well, does it? This tidying up thing. I had them in a bag. Anyway, I'll find them before we get to it, right? I hope. Oh, I've got that piece there. That could be something I'm talking about. Okay, so now we're going to do this across this way. We'll back stitch across this way. Now, I probably should have added another stitch there. I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Coming off the edge there too far. I'm going to hold it up this way. Sorry about that. I wonder why I didn't start further over. Well, I'll tell you what, you can do that. You can start further over. Okay, so now we're going to do a blue one. I think I might do 2 stitches at a time somehow, because I think I might be able to handle that. If you can, I can. Okay? Because this is 2. 1, I mean. So we need to get on with it, don't we? So we've got these 3 pieces put together so far. Now you can keep going and adding these and make a roll thing if you wanted to. A snippet roll or something, but I don't think it's something that I would cut up myself. I'm just saying, it's up to you if you want to do that. Or keep it. I mean, you don't have to cut it up. Where's my scissors? I just straighten. This stuff's just fraying something frightful, isn't it? And I do have some fray stops, so I might be having to add it to that in a minute. I don't mind the frayed look on this part here. That's good. I'm good with that. Okay. Hello. Are we going straight, people? Are we going straight? Hope so. This has got a big stitch, so we can't do that one. That's too big. That's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the next stitch myself. I won't be folding the thing, I don't think. I'll see how I go, but I need things that I can help teachers and do something with. We need to be able to decorate it with it and everything, don't we? I think so. Oh, come on. Okay, now. I had a terrible time threading the needle the other day when I was tired, eh? I said I was tired, all right. Oh, just one down in here. Get it right back over there, Sonya. So those are too long. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm showing you how to do this, but I want to show you the right way, okay? I don't want to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm doing wrong, of course I will. Then I want to show you how to do it properly. I think when some people, I'm not saying with all things, well, with lots of different things, you know, they don't actually watch or listen to what's going on. I'm not saying you people, I don't mean that. Maybe kids even, you know, like, and some people just don't listen. I was talking to a lady up the street the other day, and I was swearing. I shouldn't say I swear, but I'm sure she wasn't listening to me. I went away from her and I thought, well, that was handy. I'm sure she wasn't paying one bit of attention to what I said. Ah, dear. I felt it sort of made me feel a bit, it was funny, but I thought, well, there you go. That must be boring what I said to her. I feel really bad myself if I ever find myself not listening to anybody, what they're saying. And when the girl said to me that she wanted to do the work just like mine, one of my subscribers up the town, I said, well, if you do what I say, if you do it how I tell you, it'll work. Because she wants to get it to turn out, she said. And that's how things are with everything, you know, because there's lots of people who'll go, oh, I'll just add this, or I won't do that quite like that. And I've often said to Jeremy something about, oh, we don't need to put such and such in something that we cook, because he doesn't like a lot of different flavours and that. And he said, well, you've got to follow the recipe because that's what it's there for. And I suppose that's the same with this. You do it how it's done, because that's what it's about, isn't it? Use your own imagination on things, but you've got to follow the instructions, otherwise they don't turn out like a lot of people want to take a shortcut, see? And that doesn't work, does it? I don't think there's a shortcut in this, though. I don't think so. In embroidery, I don't think so. It depends what you're doing. Get right to the edge here, Sonya. I know I'm going to be putting another piece up the side of it, but I still need to go right over to the edge on it, don't I? There we go. Right. End this one off. It's turned over a bit there. I must cut that off because otherwise it's going to make it too bulky, I think. Righto. So we have back stitch. And we're reasonably straight. Look at that bit, that might be a bit wonky. You shouldn't draw attention to things like that though. Now that's going to go down there. So, and I'm going to put another piece then on this way. I'm going to put this piece up here. So what I do now is I'm going to sew this together. I'll just pull that bit undone. Take that off. Cut a bit off this. I don't want it halfway. I want it to be doing something like that, okay? And this is going to go together like this. Put a pin in that for a minute while I find a piece of thread. Not a very good pin there, Sonya. I've got a pink one. Do I have? Oh, there's a piece of purple. That's a nice one. That's a nice purple one. 2 more pieces. So we're going to sew this piece here. I don't know if I've got my ironing thing here handy. I don't think I have. This cleaning up the room business is just not working for me. I had everything at my fingertips before. I won't put that on there because it's too close to the colour. It already is. Let's try this bit instead. Leave that piece for later. I'll put this bit on. We're just going to have a look and see what the next stitch is, eh? Come on. Because there's no rules and it says you can't go back and use one of the stitches either, right? You don't have to... I think this is going to look really cool myself. Let me see what the next one is. Aha. It's Bokhara couching. So there's a couching stitch. We're not going to use that one yet. We'll come back to that too. I need to buy myself some of those little sticky notes. Pull-in stitch. Buttonhole cut work. Interesting. We're looking for a straight stitch, please. We'll have to find ourselves somewhere. Buttonhole stitch. Let's just keep working with this one until we put it together, eh? And then I'll come back and show you the next stitch because there's nowhere I can use that. If I've got a knot, I'm good. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to make this back stitch along here. Always make sure you've got both pieces of fabric on the back. I have to go and find myself a iron. I have got a lot of them, but I can't reach them from where I am today. So we're just going to put this along here. And if I show you what we're doing, we can put it together ourselves and then we can come back and do our next stitch, okay? Once we get the piece together, we'll be able to do more than one at a time, alright? And I'm unthreaded. Plenty of practice and you'll still remember, and you'll really remember how to do it. Well, maybe. Isn't that right, Terry? I know you said that you have to consult your book too sometimes. Well, you do, because really there's hundreds and hundreds of stitches out there. And if you find one that you haven't done before, or even one that you've done lots of times, you know, you don't have to actually know what it is, even if you do know how to do it. Sometimes you might not know what it is. Okay. Right, now I want to come right across here. Even these two are not the same size. It doesn't bother me, because I can maybe cut a bit off later. I don't know yet. Let's get that off there. Righto. Now we're going to put that there, okay? This is like a crazy bit of patchwork, but it's a square piece. Well, I thought I could do the crazy patchwork, but then it's a lot of... it's not exactly something that's... I wanted something different. Is that the words I'm trying to find are not in my head? I'm thinking about all these other things all the time, and I can't... So, the crazy patchwork is good fun, but this is going to be too, you see. So that is not straight there, that's bad, and this is not real good either, but we put our piece together first. So what we need to do now is either do that or put another lot together over here, right? So you can put this lot together over here, and then we'll come back and we'll maybe put that one going that way, you think, or this piece. I cut off this bit here, it's not small enough. We'll get something in there for that. Okay, so now I'm going to let you go, because now I can go and I can start the next stitch. I'll do that, and then we can have next week. Okay, so you got the week to put this together. Okay. All right, that's what you can do for the week. All right. I'm not saying that I'm going to do that though, because I'm going to do another video for next week. All right. So we'll be right up front with them all. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope we have fun with it. Of course we will. And we'll just collect up your supplies. You just need a couple of different colours of fabric. Actually, that one there, I wouldn't mind putting a bit more of that on. But if you have it to this size, we've got, let me see. That's about 8.5 by 9. Say by 8.5 by 8.5. By the time we cut it down, though, it'll be nice. It'll be 8. All right, because then we'll put a edging around it. You can frame it, or you can put it on a bag or something like that for yourself. And that's what we're going to do. All right. So thank you very much for watching. And if you can put this together the same way, sew these here first. If you want to do that, so sew them first, and then these two up like that. Okay, with your back stitch, and we'll have that done. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll talk to you later. Stay safe. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.